There's a particular kind of magic in watching someone stop hiding. Not the tabloid kind of reveal. The real kind. The kind where an actor stands on a stage, writes a quiet Instagram caption, or simply shows up holding the hand of the person they love. Today, we're celebrating 6 stories like that. Real people. Real love stories. Every person in this story chose, publicly and on their own terms, to share who they are. Let's start with a moment that rippled far beyond Hollywood. In December 2020, Elliot Page shared something with the world that he'd later call one of the most important moments of his life. He wrote that he is trans, that his pronouns are he/they, and that his name is Elliot. That single post changed the conversation around trans visibility in mainstream entertainment almost overnight. But what makes Elliot's story even more compelling is what happened after. He didn't just come out. He kept living publicly and unapologetically. In the summer of 2025, Elliot shared something else with the world. Love. He and actress and comedian Julia Shiplett went public during Pride Month with a selfie on a rainbow-painted street in Iceland. It was his first public relationship since coming out as trans. Since then, the two have shown up for each other in the sweetest, most ordinary ways. They made their red carpet debut together at Milan Fashion Week. Julia has posted birthday tributes, calling him her sweet, patient, supportive boo thing who always wants to order fries. When Elliot walked the London red carpet for the Odyssey, Julia was right there beside him. He captioned the moment that she was one of his hot dates for the evening. What's striking about Elliot's story isn't just the visibility, it's the ordinariness of the joy that followed. Kristen Stewart spent her 20s under a level of scrutiny most people can't imagine, with every relationship photographed and every rumor treated as headline news. So when she finally got to fall in love on her own terms, it meant something different. She met screenwriter Meyer back in 2013 on the set of American Ultra, though nothing happened between them at the time. They reconnected years later at a mutual friend's birthday party, and this time, everything clicked. Kristen later told radio host Howard Stern that the day she met her, all bets were off. The two began dating in 2019, and Dylan made it Instagram official that October with a photo of the two of them kissing. 2 years later, in November 2021, Kristen told Stern the news fans had been hoping for. She and Dylan were engaged. In April 2025, after nearly 6 years together, Kristen Stewart and Dylan Meyer got married in an intimate ceremony in Los Angeles' Silver Lake neighborhood. Their story feels grounding because there was no dramatic public unveiling, just two people who kept choosing each other quietly and consistently until girlfriend became fiancé, became wife. For most of her decades-long career, Jodie Foster kept her personal life almost entirely private. Then, in January 2013, accepting the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award at the Golden Globes, she did something she'd never done before on a stage that big. She opened the door, just slightly, to who she really was. She didn't need a grand declaration. Jodie Foster's coming out was subtle, wrapped in her signature dry humor, and entirely on her own terms. A little over a year later, in April 2014, Jodie married photographer and director Alexandra Hedison, whom she'd been dating for about a year. Alexandra, notably, is the daughter of actor David Hedison, so Hollywood, in its funny way, had already been part of her story long before she met Jodie. Their relationship has remained famously private ever since. No oversharing, no constant red carpet PDA. But every so often, Jodie lets the world see a glimpse of how much Alexandra means to her. At the 2024 Emmy Awards, accepting her win for True Detective Night Country, Jodie looked into the audience and said simply, "The love of my life, Alex Hedison, my wife, thank you so much. 11 years, one marriage, and a stage full of Hollywood's biggest names, and it still moved Alexandra to tears." If there's one Hollywood love story that's felt like a genuine family, front and center, for 2 decades, it's this one. Neil Patrick Harris and David Burtka first crossed paths on a New York street in 2004. They went on their first date shortly after that chance meeting. At the time, Neil had not yet come out publicly. He came out publicly in 2006 during the early seasons of How I Met Your Mother. By 2007, the couple made their first public red carpet appearance together at the Tony Awards. In 2010, they welcomed twins, Harper Grace and Gideon Scott, via surrogate. After same-sex marriage was legalized in New York, they got engaged. And in September 2014, they married in Italy in a ceremony that reportedly included a performance by Elton John. Neil explained that when their kids started asking lots of why questions, having a clear answer like he's my husband meant everything to their family. More than a decade later, in May 2026, they were honored with the Luminary Award at Family Equality's Gala in New York, introduced by Elton John alongside their now 15-year-old twins. Reflecting on the honor, Neil wrote that he was so proud of his family and that he felt very grateful. 2 decades, 2 kids, and a marriage that began as a quiet street meeting have grown up in front of an entire generation. This next one sounds like it was written for the movies, except it actually happened. Back in 2005, Colman Domingo was in Berkeley, California, working on a play, when he made a quick stop at a Walgreens for a face mask. Walking out, he locked eyes with a stranger, a man named Raúl. Neither of them said a word. Both of them couldn't stop thinking about it. So they both did something almost nobody does anymore. They turned to Craigslist Missed Connections, and Raúl posted first, writing that he'd seen Colman outside the Berkeley Walgreens. Colman found the post 2 days later, and, by his own account, jumped out of his chair. They met up for a date in San Francisco. That night, thinking Raúl had fallen asleep, Colman leaned over and whispered something that would change both their lives. He whispered that he thought he loved Raúl and that he was about to change his life. That was 2005. In 2014, after 9 years together, Colman and Raúl invited 25 friends to what they described as a house party. Colman greeting everyone in a Hawaiian shirt. It wasn't a party, it was a wedding, and the guests didn't find out until they arrived. Today, Raúl works alongside Colman as a producer through their company, Edith Productions, including on Sing Sing, the film that earned Colman his first Oscar nomination. 20 years after a silent glance outside a drugstore, they're still building things together, a marriage, and now a shared body of work. Not every story in this video has a tidy, still-together ending. Billy Porter is included here because his story is honest and visible. He has never hidden his childhood, his sexuality, his marriage, or its ending. Billy and Adam Smith met in 2009 and reconnected years later. They married in January 2017 after a 2-week engagement. For years, they were fixtures of award season red carpets. Billy delivered some of the most daring fashion moments Hollywood has seen. In 2023, they announced they were divorcing after 6 years of marriage. A representative said the decision was amicable and mutual. Billy remained open about starting over and about his struggles with intimacy. He spoke about childhood trauma making intimacy in marriage difficult for him. Why include a breakup in a celebration video? Visibility is not about picture-perfect endings. It is about refusing to shrink oneself on stage or on the red carpet. That honesty is its own form of pride. 6 actors, 6 different paths. What connects them is that each got to tell their story on their own timeline. Visibility done right is not speculation or gotcha moments. It is people living, loving, and sometimes letting us witness it. If this video made you smile even once, that was the goal. Representation is more than statistics and struggle. It is also Julia calling Elliot her boo thing and Jodie Foster's voice breaking on stage. It is a missed connection turning into 20 years of love. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, tell us in the comments whose love story surprised you most, and like and subscribe for more.